Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, which I've shown this before and everything else, and I've talked about this in other videos, about the time frames on the shots in the JFK assassination, locations where they came from, and even the distance. Okay, now a lot of researchers don't have this. Actually, no researcher in the JFK community or JFK researchers has this information. I have this information because I pinpointed each one, the locations where the shots made contacts with, and I based it on the film time frames and everything else, and I know the exact locations of where each gunman was at. As I point out, this is the time frame of when each shots occurred. Now, this time frame is based on the Zapruder film, starting with frame 133 of the film, because you can't base it on frames 001 through 132 because JFK's limo was not seen there. So it's based on when we first seen JFK's limo in the Zapruder film and the location where it's at. And I pinpointed exactly when each shot was fired, when it made contact with either JFK, Governor Connally, or in the surroundings. As you see here, all 13 shots and the time frame of when each one of them shots occurred. Also, I did a time frame on which shot made contact with what. Like shot number 1, JFK, shot number 2, JFK, shot number 3, Governor Connally, and then shot number 4, JFK, shot number 5, Governor Connally, JFK again, and then shot number 6, Governor Connally, and then we have the distraction shots, which is the curb shot, concrete and manhole cover shots, the steps where the 3 men were standing in the grass area and a sign on a lamppost. Okay, I had to, when I did my time frames, I had to do complete time frames first, then I had to put the location of where each one of these shots made contact with. Then, after I was done with that, I went ahead and made the time frame on where each one of these shots came from. Like the first shot came from the 6th floor Texas School Book Depository. Shots number 2 and 3 came from the 2nd floor of the records building. Okay. Now, the reason why I did this, come out with the time frame, then break it down to where these shots made contact with, then break it down to what location it came from. Okay. Because these gives us more information when we do research into the assassination, like right here. Okay. Now we know that between shots 1 and 2, there was 0.42 seconds. Okay. This gives us more detail on when the shots were fired. Okay. How far apart these shots were. Plus, it also gives us more information on what type of rifles that the gunman was using when we look at this. Because when we go back, when I'm going to show you, let's say rooftop records building. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, bless me. Sorry about that. But if we look at this, and we're going to see rooftop records building, that was shot number 7 and shot number 8, rooftop of the records building. Okay, so we know there's 2 shots close together, that's 7 and 8. So now we can come over here, and we look at shot 7 and 8, we see there's 0.11 seconds between each shot. So he had to use an automatic rifle. Okay, he wasn't reloading, so he had a gun that actually goes bang bang like this. It keeps on reloading itself. Okay, we get more information that way. Okay, a lot of people don't understand this. We get we can get a single shot where, as you see, the Carcano rifle they claim he's got to take a shot, then he's got to reload and stuff. Well, we know some of these gunmen didn't have that type of rifle. They use a different type of rifle where they can take continuous shots one after the other by doing these time frames. Now, a lot of people, again, don't know the distance that they had from their locations, just like the first shot, okay, and the second shot, and so forth and so forth and so forth. As you see here, okay, this is very important because this gives us a lot more information too, because it tells us how close they were to JFK when they took some of their shots, just like shot number 4, which is the fatal headshot. The gunman's location was behind in shelter number 3 on the grassy knoll in Pelagora there, right behind Mr. Spruder and stuff. Okay, now we know he was exactly 71.70 feet or 22.90 yards went away from JFK when he took that fatal headshot. Okay, like I said, a lot of this information here is very important to us when we're doing investigation, when we're doing research and stuff, but no one's never took the time to do this because no one never pinpointed when the shots occurred. No one's never pinpointed the locations actually of where the gunman was at, because it's always about theories. It's always about, trying to figure this out, trying to figure this out. What I did was I found a gunman's location, marked down the locations of where each shot took place, where JFK limo is, where each shot made contacts with. Okay, so now I have the location of the gunman. Now I can figure out the distance and stuff. And then when I go on a time frame, as I showed you from this Zapruder film, now I know exactly how much time they had in between each shots. Okay, this is very important information that was never going to be discovered. If I never took on this case, none of this information would never even be out there today. But I'm the only one who has this information because all the other researchers are too busy on working on trying to find a story or, come up with new theories. And like I said, we're constantly talking about theories, but now we have facts. Okay, this time frame here, this is nothing right here but facts. Okay, we know exactly when the shots were fired and when they made contact by this Zapruder film and by this time frame. We know where each one of these shots made contact with. We know where these shots came from. Excuse me. We know how much time frame is in between each shots now. And we know that the distance that each gunman had when they took their shots. So see, this is how important this is. Plus, I want to point out something else too. By looking over these time frames, and we know that shot number 1 and shot number 5 came from the Texas School Book Depository. Okay, so that gives us actually how much time that each gunman had too when he took each one of their shots. Like we'll look at the shot 1 and shot number 5. That came from Oswald. 2 shots came in from the right, exiting out to the left. Okay, which I have that evidence. A lot of people says, "Oh no, Oswald wasn't part of it." We have to face facts of facts. Oswald was a part of assassination. But by judging and by going over these time frames, we know that Oswald had only took 2 shots that day. We know for a fact now. We also know that Oswald had over 6 point something seconds by looking at these time frames. He has that much time in between to take 2 shots. So yes, he had time to take both of them shots there. Okay, so we know there's answers there. We know we have the questions. Now we have the answers. That's why people don't understand that in my research, it's very important. We got to have this information, because if we don't have this information, then we're never going to really know and fully understand. That's why I place all this evidence that I make in my videos and stuff, just like time frame and stuff, you're going to find in my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, which I'll pull it up right here. My book here, Evidence of a Conspiracy, has these time frames in it. So if you want to, you can look over them anytime you want or replay the video, and you can just stop it at certain points and look at the time frames and stuff and do your own math if you want. If you've got a question, you can figure it out yourself because the time frame's there. Okay, but I just want to make this video here to let people know, okay, how much research I've done, how much details I put into my research to find them answers for the people, because no other researcher is going to put this much time into it. No other researcher is going to try to find this information out, because they're really not worried about that. They're worried about just telling that new story, bringing out that new theory. Okay, if you go over my research, you go over my videos, or if you go over my books, you're going to see there's going to be a lot of things in here that no other researchers ever talked about or nobody ever even knew about. Okay, so that's why I want to make these videos here, and that's why I put everything in my book and stuff like that. And that's why I keep on telling people it's so important to do a documentary on this case, a one final fully blown out documentary on this case, so everybody in the whole world, not just one person, not just 2 people, not just 3 people, not just 1,000 people, but everybody will know exactly what took place that day, because if it don't get done and this evidence don't be shown to the people, then it's going to be nothing but a pure more false claims coming out, which as of today, more false claims are being made up, and the truth is going to just completely be lost. That's why when I did my research, it's like all this information, all this evidence has been in front of public's eye all this time, but no one's never took the time to take their time and view over all this evidence and go over all this evidence to find them answers for the people and to put this case to rest. But it's been in front of people, and everybody that's done research on this case overlooked all this important information. Anyway, I want to thank you for the new subscribers we got coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And you guys have a pleasant, pleasant, pleasant day.